Yes. And final weekend, 4th of December, it's the last race in my career mode. We are in first. No more points resources, everything was done. But first of all, let's read the message we have in the feed. Hi Danny, well done. That's 10 times you have qualified inside top 5. Keep up the good work. That's something we reached in Qatar. 10 times in top 5 in qualifying. That is awesome. Being honest, qualifying was my best scenario, my best area this season by far. That is exactly the opposite of what happened in F124, where I was stronger in race than in qualifying. And I'm super happy for it. Super happy for such a big improvement I did in qualifying. Let's see if we can continue like that next season. And that's the accolade, 10 times in top 5. It's you tell me that at the beginning of the season, I would not believe it. Of course. We can do 11 times. Let's see if we can do it in Abu Dhabi. Difficult, but let's see. Move on. Specialists. As you can see, for this weekend, no specialists available. Anyone is available. Probably because the season is finished. I think no more. We don't need to keep developing the car for next season, obviously. And at the end, we finish with this. I mean, we did a great job. We finished in level 2 in most of the departments except power unit consultant, and even in level 3 in strategy analyst. So yeah, now actually it's not really, let's say, it's not very interesting to the rewards we have gotten for these departments, because as I said, we don't need more resource points anymore. It's just the last race. So yeah, I mean, but it was, in general, I'm happy. In general, we achieved most of the goals of the season. I have to say most of them were really easy to achieve. In general, sometimes we fail, but in general we complete all targets, and I think we did a good job in there. Especially in the strategy analyst, that is for me is the most interesting department, because it gives you much more resource points in case you complete the program. So that's why I try to develop faster that area. And I think that helped us to develop the car so good in this season. Now we are, remember, the 4th fastest team ahead of Mercedes, so that's crazy. And in driver details, after the accolade you achieve in after Qatar, we have got a lot of points in the ratings, and we up to 77 rating. That is 2 points ahead of the final target we set at the beginning of the season. The final target in the contract we signed at the beginning of the year was 75, the maximum possible. I said that I will take risks, and yeah, it was risky, but we did a so good season that we achieved it even before the final race. So as you can see in the target, in the green line, we achieved that in the US Grand Prix, like 6 races to go, and that's great. Constantly improving, constantly increasing. That's really nice. In recognition, we finished in 56 looks. To be honest, I don't know how you can increase that. It's the only thing I don't understand really well how it works, because most of the season we were in 56, even sometimes in 55, 54. But I don't know how to increase this percentage, to be honest. I'm not really sure. We unlock 5 perks of the 7 available, but yeah, no great idea about how it works. The accolades, as you can see there, we achieved 3 of the 5 available. Obviously, race start is not possible to complete, because only 24 races in a season, and to achieve the accolade you need 25, so it's impossible. But we complete the tier, the top 5 qualifyings, the top 10 finishes, and the 50 points in the championship. So great points for us. And yeah, it's nice. So we doing that, we gain a lot of pace, awareness, and experience. That is nice. So rivalries. Before the last race, I will beat Alex. That's something really easy to see. Championship points, you can see the difference. It's really big. Even considering Alex scored big points in the last 2-3 races, he did a great job. But overall in the season, we got a lot of points, so that's great. In qualifying, it's 19.4. It's my best area, definitely. I'm really proud of the job I did in qualifying. Super fast. I think always in Q3, except I think it was Imola is the only place where I was not in Q3. That is crazy. Podium finishes 2. Alex, no podiums. 2 poles position, remember, in Monaco and Vegas. That's crazy. And race results 49. This one was in the race was a bit more equal, because it's true that we had some, not too many, but a couple of really bad races with incidents, penalties, bad strategy, really strange things that happen for example, in the US Grand Prix. So at the end, Alex was able to maximize these races where I was not doing a good job, or with in the strategy or crashing, and he capitalized that, and that's why it's tighter the race battle than in qualifying. But in any way, 49. With 1 race to go, it's clear I was clearly ahead of Alex. And best finished the 2 third places in Brazil and what was the other podium? Brazil and Saudi Arabia. So rivalry looking good, and the rivalry with Stroll. I think I will not be able to complete, because it's 79 the final target, and we are at the middle of 77. So yeah, definitely I cannot get too many points to scale to rating points in just 1 weekend. But let's see if we can finish at least in 78. That should be nice. And that's it. On the rating graph, only 1 race to go after Qatar. More experience finishing the race. More in the yellow line, more racecraft, the blue line, where we did some overtakes. Obviously, I start in 3rd, and I finish 5th. I lost a couple of places, but I did good overtakes as well. Awareness, no penalties, 1 warning, but really minimum, so keep increasing. The pacing green, you can see that mega high or mega spike up, because that's are the points we receive after they achieve the accolade of the top 5 qualifying places. That's why we increase so much points. And focus, that reflects qualifying and race results versus take all vehicle performance into account. We finished 7. That is actually the positions where we should to be, 7 and 8th as the 4th fastest team. That's why the focus points did not increase massively, but in any way keep increasing. So overall, great job there. Well, the rating is okay. Let me see if we are ahead of someone of Formula 1 drivers. We still lost the... No, we are ahead. No, we are a match with a Stroll. Well, ahead of Duhan. Yes, ahead of Duhan. And match with a Stroll, so that's nice. R&D. R&D, guys, to be honest, this weekend, nothing to do. The pieces, I will not develop pieces for this last race. No sense, no time to put on that. No upgrades expected. So in this area, nothing to do here. And in vehicle, as always, you know that in practice sessions, I don't use the best or the fresh engines just to save a bit of wear. So let's use the 3rd engine for practice. Let's use, well, we can use this kinetic. We have a new one, completely new. The heat is really new, this one, but just in case, let's use the 3rd. Hi, Brazilian Gamer, how are you, man? Let's use also the 2nd energy store and the 3rd turbo and a new gearbox. As always, we have a lot of them, so that's nice. This is gonna be used for practice sessions, and in qualifying and race I will put the most fresh components as always. But one race to go. We did a good job saving the wear in general. Yes, I had to penalize one time for an extra energy store that I changed. I think it was in the United States Grand Prix. The spring race we received the penalty, the 10th place rate penalty. But only that. The rest of the components, we did a good job saving wear. We are in a very good position, even without using the kinetic, the fourth kinetic, and the fourth turbo is only in 5%. The fourth ice is in only 28%. So yeah, we really did a good job. I'm really proud of. And finally, tire allocation. Here we are running in C5, C4 and C3, which is the medium range of tires. That means the C5 is not the softest, very soft, but not the softest. The C4 is more or less at the middle of the range, and the C3 is also there. That means that the tire wear will be high, because as I said, we are not using the C2 and C1 that are much harder. So I have the feeling here the C5 will be a good tire for quali, but not for race, probably. And the medium and the hard will be the best tire. Probably even the hard can be the best one, because the medium it's a C4, maybe it's too soft. So I think for this weekend, I will reserve an extra set of medium tires just in case. Because here the tire wear can be high. Maybe this time we have to think about 2 stops. Let's see. But just in case, I will save one medium tire extra. So that's my final choice for this season, for this race, for the final race. And before to go to the Grand Prix panel, standings after Qatar, the championship fight. As you can see, it's on the air. It's really thrilling moment. 4 points between Lando and Max Verstappen only. 1 race to go. Both depend on themselves. If Max wins the race, he will be champion. If Lando wins, he's gonna be the champion. If any of them wins, it depends on the results they achieve. But it's, both depend on themselves. That's really nice. Lando Norris, who is the championship leader, I think it's the first time during the season, just before the final race, after an amazing comeback, as you can see. We are in P8 and we will finish in P8 mathematically. So awesome result. And in the constructors, as you can see, we will finish 5th. That is the target. Was the target. And Alex also scoring good points at the end of the season helps also as well to increase the gap with the bottom 5 teams. So especially Aston Martin. And McLaren is constructor champion, by the way. So just like in real life, because if you see the results in the championship fight, as you can see, since Singapore, where Max Verstappen suffered the DNF, from Singapore is where the amazing comeback of Lando came, because Verstappen had reliability issues, incredible reliability issues, being retired in 4 of these 4 races between Singapore and Brazil, 3 DNFs. And Max, at the same time, Lando was finishing every time in the podium, including the last 3 wins. Last 3 races win by Lando Norris. He won the last 4 or 5 races. It's exactly the opposite that happened in real Formula 1 season, when Lando and Piastri had much more advantage over Max Verstappen. And after the summer break, Max Verstappen was catching and winning races. This is exactly the opposite. Verstappen had a massive advantage over Lando Norris. I remember he was almost 80 points ahead of Lando at some point of the season after I don't know if it was the Italian Grand Prix or the Hungarian Grand Prix or something like that, when he won for the final time in Netherlands. It was like 80 points, something ahead of the next driver, that was Lando. And since then, he was catching, Lando, scoring wins, podiums every time, since Netherlands, always in the podium. And at the end, he finished, it's ahead actually. So what an amazing season we have, a final season finale we have. In case of equal points, that benefits to Max, because Max won 8 races and Lando won, I think, 5. So even Lando winning, he cannot beat the number of wins of Verstappen. Leclerc, I have to say, did an amazing job as well, winning 5 races in that Ferrari. A lot of DNFs, but I will finish third, I think. So that's amazing. Then Piastri, very not consistent season, but well, this is something we can analyze in the final video after the season ends, the position of each driver. And we have that P8 that's secure, so that's nice. Very constant in after the P5 in Qatar is 15 times in points, 2 podiums included, big points. I cannot believe the amazing season I had, guys, or we had. Amazing. And Alex, as you can see, 3 last races in points. So let's see if he can finish. Let's see if he can. Well, it's gonna be difficult to beat Antonelli. You need to score a lot of points in the last race, but at least to maintain that P11 in the standings, should be good for him. And finally, move on to the trophies. Well, the trophy we have 2, and the stats before the final race. The average finish is still in 9th and average grid in 6th. Especially the average grid is amazing. Then in laps driven, more than 2,200 laps driven, more than 15,000 kilometers driven. That is crazy. With 2 pole positions, 2 podiums. It's amazing stats, to be honest. I'm really happy. I'm proud of the season we had in this game. And that's it. Basically, let's advance. Let's check the tire allocation. That is balanced. And it's time to go to the final Grand Prix panel of the season. Let's see if we have to see if someone have upgrades here in the final race to see if we still as the 4th fastest team, and we have to see if it's gonna be raining or not here. I don't think so. So let's go for it for the final time to the Grand Prix panel. Here we go. Abu Dhabi season finale. I love the fact that it ends in the sunset and starting on the daytime and finishing nighttime. It's really cool that. And as you can see, no rain expected. So that's classic Abu Dhabi. No rain, obviously here. Clear weather. That's nice. We can preview 2 sets of hard, 3 sets of medium, 8 sets of soft. Development fail. It's true. That I didn't realize of that. That was the last upgrade that unfortunately failed. So that's for this weekend. I think we have no upgrades. This is an important update, so I'm looping in everyone. We have been having issues with some of our equipment in the factory for the last week or so. The number we have been seeing in the test post fabrication haven't even been in the ballpark of our design estimates. We are confident that we have covered the issue, but there's no salvaging anything we already have in the pipeline. We had a major problem in production, and all the parts due to this weekend have failed. Going to the R&D security order they built. Wow, incredible that failed in the last race. It's not the most important, but wow, wow, not expected. And this is the weather forecast. A bit cloudy, but yeah, in general. No rain expected, so that's normal. Finally, let's see the progress of the teams. We will finish this race as 4th fastest team ahead of Mercedes. That's incredible. And the only team that has upgrades for this weekend is McLaren. That helps also to Lando to be champion, even having a faster car here in Abu Dhabi. But Max is Max, so even being behind and with a worse car than McLaren, Max is able to overcome that situation and to fight for the wins. It's gonna be exciting. Let's see who wins the championship. But for the moment, seeing this progression of McLaren, Lando should be the favorite. So let's see what happens. And the rest of the teams, I think are in the same position. Red Bull at the same time, at the same level than Ferrari. Mercedes, terrible development. After Azerbaijan, they had a big upgrade. they developed the car, but we were even faster in developing the car. So I think we did a great job there. So finishing as a 4th fastest team is incredible. And then at the bottom 5, Aston Martin, Haas, Alpine, Sauber, and Visa Cash App is the final order, really close each other. So yeah, that's the final order before the last race. And before to go to the practice one, the final programs, the race strategy, fuel management, and qualifying pace. Obviously, these programs are not really important now after the final race of the season, because the points we will go to here will not be used. But anyway, let's try to complete the programs and let's see what we can do in this practice one session that starts in 4 minutes remaining. So guys, now is the moment. People that is on YouTube, actually move on to Twitch, DannyFloss1, my username there, and watch all live the first practice one, the practice one, and then later on the practice 2. It's gonna be exciting, don't miss it guys. Final moment of the season. Let's enjoy this. Let's see what we can do. So